Hi everyone, this vlog is from my trip to Florida, where I was invited to judge the international rounds of the Stetson International Environmental Law Moot Court competition. I was also invited to attend the International Wildlife Law Conference. But before flying to Florida, I had to attend my mining law class. So this is me attending the class before beginning my trip to Florida.
Fuels and just further technology. So there's a lot of different stuff out there. The long and the short is just like any other mining process. You go, you extract the metal or the resource, and you're going to use it for building material or some other technological use. And the only difference here is that it's in outer space. Okay, so
after class, things became really hectic. I had to rush back home, finish packing my luggage, and double check everything, and then immediately head to the airport. It honestly felt like one of those days where every minute counts. One moment I was sitting in mining law class, and next I was racing to catch a flight to Florida. So this is me heading to the airport, trying to manage the chaos and excitement at the same time. It usually takes around 30 minutes to get there from the university campus. During the ride, I checked my itinerary and went over the schedule for the next few days in Florida. There was a lot planned ahead, so this was probably the first moment I actually got to slow down and think about the trip. While I was waiting to board, I used the time to catch up on my assignment. Even with all the travel and excitement, there was still work that needed to get done, so I got some of my assignments done. After working on my assignment for a while, I started feeling really hungry, so I went to get some food before boarding. I ended up at Chick-fil-A and grabbed a quick meal. It was a small break in the middle of a hectic travel day, but honestly, it felt good to just sit, eat, and reset for a few minutes before the flight.
One item only.
Once we took off, I didn't really film much during the flight. The flight took around 3 hours before we finally landed in Florida.
Hello. Good. Yeah. Okay. Yes, thank you. No problem. How you doing this evening? Good.
Continue straight to stay on George J.B. Parkway.
Yeah, pretty nice, man.
Please use your seatbelt for your safety.
Oh, you got it on. How's the weather in Denver?
It felt really good to finally arrive and settle in after the long day of classes, packing, airport rush, and a flight. The next day was the International Wildlife Law Conference. The conference brought together experts, practitioners, and students in the field of wildlife and environmental law from all around the world. The theme for this year was de-extinction. So this is me and some of the conference participants going to the venue.
Thank you.
I was this year in Mannheim on my way to Chile, where the international just took place. But just
You're the withdrawal.
How far along are you on your studies?
I'm about to be done.
Nice, congrats.
Yeah, I'm shortly after.
So for those of you who have not been to Stetson before, we are Florida's first law school. We were established in 1900.
Extincting things. Let's make sure we can take care of the ones we have. Quick pitch, okay? I firmly believe that academia, NGOs, people outside of the government often have the best information. You're on the ground, you're talking.
There were many interesting panels and speakers throughout the day, each bringing different perspectives on key issues in wildlife and environmental law, specifically in the context of de-extinction. From policy discussions to on-the-ground conservation challenges, every session offered something new to think about. It was a really engaging experience to listen, reflect, and be part of a conversation.
The recent IUCN guidelines for reef wildlife. So we need more of these types of tailored considerations moving forward. The bottom line, though, is that
so the wisent or European bison is the largest terrestrial.
One of our journal, that's my co-author Richard Grosso, who's also.
After the conference, there was a reception for the Stetson International Environmental Moot Court competition. One of the highlights of the evening was watching the participating teams perform their traditional dances. The next day, I had the responsibility of judging the preliminary rounds of the competition.
Hello. Yes. Thank you. What's the number?
Did I work or did I fly? And one of them you use a lot, one of them you don't. And I just...
The next day, I finally had some free time, so I decided to go to a nearby beach and just relax for a while.
Hello. Yes. Good, how are you? Fine, brother. Yeah. Beautiful day. Yes, it is.
After days filled with travel, conferences, and judging rounds, it felt nice to slow down and enjoy the peaceful atmosphere. The weather was beautiful, and it was the perfect break before getting back to everything again. I stayed at the beach till sunset, and honestly, it was very beautiful. The sky slowly changed colors as the sun went down, and the whole place felt incredibly calm and peaceful. After a relaxing day at the beach, I headed back home feeling completely refreshed. The next day, I went to Stetson Law School since it was the championship round of the Stetson International Environmental Moot Court competition.
Like the baseball stadium. I don't know why it's in the back.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. You have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
Will be Team 54. That's Messiahs. Versus Team 58. Team 54 will choose. Team
Is now in order. The Honorable Judges Durrani, Burns, and Worth presiding. Judge Worth will serve as president.
may be seated.
The IUCN is in fact most highly qualified officers pursuant to Article 38(1) of this court statute as a subsidiary means of interpreting a treaty for that matter. And under this document, it defined the
You take only the Nagoya Protocol as the initial obligation of the Private Foreign Council.
Well, Your Excellency, since both are parties to the CBP under paragraph 10 of the record, then they have an understanding the access to the genetic resources are bound.
So the Royal Panther is making a fleeting appearance right now. We're going to do the award ceremony, and then after the award ceremony, you may have your picture taken with the judges, or you can have your picture taken with the Royal Panther. So. And the top oralist in the preliminary rounds was John Matt.
After the championship round, the judges were invited for a dinner at Dean Roy Gardner's place. It was a very warm and welcoming evening after an intense day of competition.
Spanish? Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Que lo
Que la cumpla, que la cumpla, que la cumpla feliz. Joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, joyeux anniversaire, Marie. Joyeux anniversaire.
It was my final day in Florida, so I decided to randomly explore downtown and just take in the city one last time. After exploring downtown, I headed to the beach. I wanted to spend my last few hours just enjoying the calm and the view before leaving Florida. It's the evening. I headed back home because it was time to leave. I had to pack my luggage again, go through everything I collected over the trip, and get ready for the airport. So this is me heading to the airport.
Attention on the airside, this is final warning. Call passengers traveling on flight 1906 with service to Fort Lauderdale. All together.
Finally, I got home after a long travel day. Looking back, this trip was truly an incredible experience. From judging the Stetson International Environmental Moot Court Competition to attending the International Wildlife Law Conference, it was amazing since I could meet a lot of great people and learned so much along the way. Thank you for watching this vlog.